Hey everyone, today we're going to learn about the AAA. So all the apparatus are going to be moving to having the AAA for the cross lays that are currently 150 feet and 200 feet flat loads. We're going to be going to 200 feet AAAs on all of the cross lays. So in the video you're about to see, you'll see how to load it, how to deploy it, and a couple of key points that you want to remember when going into it. So this was first suggested by a couple of different crew members, and then the equipment committee approved it, and then administration approved it afterwards. So like I said, all the apparatus will be moving to the AAA after everybody trains through the video and then pulls it off the pumpers to get familiar with it. It's not in effect yet, and we'll make sure everybody knows when this is going to be in effect on all the apparatus. Hey guys, today we're going to talk about deploying the AAA. Insco here, when he pulls the AAA out, the first thing he's going to do is pull out the nozzle. It has a bite of the hose inside the bail. When he pulls it out, he's going to separate the bite from the bail, take both ends, and walk straight out. When he gets to the end, the bottom section's going to catch from where it's hooked into the Mattydale, and then that's as far as he's going to walk. So we'll go ahead and watch him do it. So as you can see, all the hoses deployed. He's got one bite down with him towards the door along with the nozzle. There's no more having the driver feed the rest of the hose out of the bay. Once he charges it, it'll charge and you're ready to make entry. So today we're also going to talk about loading the AAA, and all apparatus are going to have the AAA set at 200 feet on both the upper and lower speed lays. Red and yellow will both be at 200 feet. So right now we're going to load one. This is on 6042 on pumper 6.9, and we have Insco down at the end. He's going to be controlling the depth of the bite and getting the bite at the edge of the male end before we put the nozzle on. The nozzle is going to be the last thing that you put on.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about this part?
So in order to be able to pull this off both sides, you need to be able to have the pigtail for the Mattydale up along the edge, and so the nozzle doesn't catch on it. So like Faith's doing, simply fold it over the edge, with a little 90-degree turn down at the base. What we're looking for on the hose before we start actually loading it is when you walk it out, you want to make sure that all the twists on the hose are in line with just the one with the two bites that we have. So as we walk this hose out, you have three different layers here. Your bottom layer is going to be coming from the pump. Your top layer, which is this outside one, is going to the nozzle. Your middle layer here is just the difference in between. So as you walk it out, you're looking for any twist that shouldn't be there. So you come down to the edge and you see that your bite is at the same distance away from the truck as your male end that's going to hook onto the nozzle, but we have an extra twist in here that we don't need. So Insco is just going to go to the closest coupling and then do a quarter turn. That's all that this hose needed, and that'll facilitate the rest of the twist in here. Now we'll go back and load it up. We're not going to worry about stacking it at this point because we'll stack it as we load it into the that tray. That's the word.
Who's pulled on?
Hang on, pull. Alright, good.
So Insco's going to be our person to pull the slack and then also stack it as he hands it to us. Yep. The first one, you're just going to fold it back over that first section that's down, keeping all three sections tight to each other.
Hey, can you pull the top real quick?
So a couple of key points with the AAA. When you go to load the hose, it's important that you drain the hose before you start loading it because all the couplings are attached already. It's hard to drain the water once you start loading, unlike the flat load where you can drain each section as you hook it up. When you finish up, you put the bite in between the bail and then leave the bail forward, and that way it'll deploy out when you're ready to pull it. When you're ready to pull it, you simply pull them apart and walk away from the rig. Okay. At the end, like we started in the beginning, we wanted this over the edge, but at the end you just want to make sure that you dress it to make sure that your pigtail for the Mattadale is hung over the edge so that all of your layers can then deploy past it. And in case you need to deploy off of the opposite side of the nozzle, you can just then pull that top section and it will slide by your pigtail without catching.